let me give y'all the rundown real quick before we get started, because this conversation is pretty stupid from two people who, I'm going to be fair, I don't really got the best words for. You had your mans Cam Newton and Ryan Clark, Steelers, Panthers, Washington Commanders / Redskins, right? They get into it because this is in defense of Jalen Hurts, one of the greatest Oklahoma Sooner football players in history. Boom Sooner. So it's essentially about how people need to respect Jalen Hurts and put him at his top, whatever, and all that and everything. The thing about sports media is this. All you had to do is make your case, make your accolades, and then put them against the competition that they're going against, and that makes everything work. But they put their feelings into it. So they bring in Cam Newton. They underrate and undervalue Cam Newton. Cam Newton fires back and says what he says. Cool. Then, for some odd reason, Gillie gets into it. And when Gillie gets into it, he's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. People rarely even like those these days. And then Cam Newton fires back. Cam Newton talks about his record sales, which he can because you're talking about him as a football player. He can talk about you as a rapper. That's how we got to know you. Now we know you through this podcast space, but we got to know Gillie through his raps. We got to know Cam through his football. So it was absolutely on par to go ahead and get at him through that way. Then we take it up to Gillie's rant. Gillie's rant went a little something like this.
You interviewed a nigga on your platform who ain't nobody, and he got on there and talked about Deion Sanders, Beyonce, Jay-Z, a bunch of... Come on, man.
Now, as a man who put $1 million worth of game, that wasn't one of the rules you should do is $1 million worth of game. Me personally, I don't like their platform. And if you want to know the reason I don't like the platform, I don't like how they will test people and ask people certain questions, but didn't do that with Jay Prince and none of these cats when the murder of the rocket happened, when takeoff happened. So I didn't like them after they did that. If you're looking for any reason why Seti Nash doesn't like Gillie and Wallow, it's because they allowed their platform to come up there and vigorously disrespect that man's family to the point where Offset had to say something. Quavo said nothing because he's scared of them or whatever. It is what it is. And that's why I don't like them. But Gillie said that, prompting Charleston White to absolutely lose his damn eye. I mean, mind. I'm joking. Just his mind. I don't even want to make jokes like that. Beat me up, Scotty.
Get it. Tag on the toe. Cause my boy still clipping his toenail. It's different between my boy and your boy. It's different between me and you.
Knuckle. And let's be for real. Let's be for real. You out at Clout chasing, man. You interviewed a nigga on your platform who ain't nobody, and he got on there and talked about Deion Sanders, Beyonce, Jay-Z, a bunch of... Come on, man. You a Pro Bowler, man. You made millions of dollars, man. That's the type of content you chasing, man. Get your goofy ass out of here, Cam. Super goofy ass nigga. Tight jeans, jersey with a bow tie wearing ass nigga. Fuck you thought. You called the right one out, you super goofy ass nigga.
You say I'm a nobody. Your son a nobody now, nigga. I'm a human. I'm not a dead corpse like a cheese is, nigga. I'm a living, breathing human with a throbbing, thumping dick, nigga. And still farting, nigga. Yeah, and burping. Yeah, your boy is nobody, nigga. So you got me confused with your toe bag boy. They left the boy with a hump in the ground. And you got the nerve to have a mouth like you a nigga to put a hump in your boy. Man, please. Yeah. No. Yeah. You know what? I know it's still a void there. And I'm finna tell you some real shit, Gillie. You know why you don't like me? Cause I came from the bottom up out the mud. And you had cash money. They kept you in the dark in the closet. Now they say you could write good lyrics. And I would say to myself, what use is a candle if you keep the motherfucker lit but put it in the closet? You was a lit candle, Gillie. And Baby and Birdman them put your ass in the closet and you lit up the closet where Wayne can come in there and get them raps. You couldn't deliver them rap like Wayne could. Now look at you. You on the podcast buffoonery. Silly boy. You very silly. You gimmicky. Millions of dollars worth of game ain't gave nobody no game. Everybody y'all talk to did the opposite of what y'all did. Ain't nobody receive y'all game. King Von, Lil Durk, Young Thug, Kodak, ain't nobody soaking up y'all game, nigga. But celebrity niggas. Yeah. I still remember that look on your face, boy, when you came to the internet. Boy, I remember how them tears look rolling down your face with no hair on it. Yeah, I remember. I'm talking about, I remember. They're like, I remember. But you know what I know, nigga, what's bothering you? You got a pain that won't go away. Oh, man, they say it ain't nothing like a parent who have to bury a child. They say it's nothing like that pain. I ain't got that pain, nigga. You wake up with a pain I never have. Say, and I laugh like a motherfucker. Not in the beginning. I showed you some compassion, because I was thinking, man, what if that was my boy? Thought that when I had compassion for you. But when I got mad at you, you know what I told you? I answered myself that question. Man, what if it was your boy? So, fuck that nigga, son. It ain't my boy. Better heels than mine. Laugh like a mama. I came to be mean on it. Yeah, better your son than mine, my nigga. I promise. Yeah.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell, too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news. Okay, so everybody's going to say the same thing, right? Charleston White is wrong. He shouldn't have disrespected his deceased son and all of these things and everything like that, right? And you would be correct. One of the things that people should understand, it's not, because I'm not a person who believes in karma, y'all. If you are new to this channel, I'm sorry. Sadie Nash don't believe in karma. I just don't. But I will say this. Anybody that can go that far from somebody being called a nobody, something wrong with you. Now, granted, Charleston White claims he's playing a character. So the level of disrespect that he had towards a whole bevy of people and a whole bevy of things, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. It definitely it definitely humbled him when they seen the power that they had when we already knew that people could mess around and get your butt canceled as far as your money opportunities go. So these communities, certain communities, riled up against him and got him canceled from a lot of comedy shows. So Charleston White understood that and stopped saying certain things about certain communities. Makes sense. That's a smart way to behave. But with this one right here, I ain't gonna hold you. Gillie, there's only 3 things you can do. And I'm gonna be honest. None of them gonna work. Not a single one of them gonna work. Either Gillie can apologize to him for saying whatever he said to him, but then people are going to say, well, what were you saying that was wrong? You'll be questioned more if you apologize to him, because at the end of the day, that apology is going to seem kind of stupid, because all you did was talk trash about him. Not his son, not his daughter, not his wife, not his side piece, not any ailments that he has physically. You didn't do any of that. And he just basically went off the deep end. You can apologize because you can say, hey man, right, it's Gillie. And you could essentially say something to the effect of, by me disrespect that man and calling him a nothing and nobody, it might have stopped business opportunities, which stops him from basically feeding his family. So I want to apologize to that, because that effect that I have on this industry could get him canceled from a bunch of deals and people that I deal with, because their loyalty is going to be with me, and the business relationships that they have with him, they started to say, we're going to pull back. So that's my apology, because whatever, you can do that, right? And that'd be the best way to do it. People would question it, but that, what I gave you at the end, that's $1 million worth of game. Or second, which I don't suggest you do this. This is me telling you, do not take this advice. Invite him on the podcast. Invite him on the podcast. But you can't bring him to y'all spot in Philly. You can't invite him down to Atlanta. He got some good people that surround him. They ain't gonna let you do certain things that you want to do, because he actually helps and donates. So his money's good. They gonna choose the money that he gave them and the connections he gave them versus y'all taking an opportunity to quote unquote school him. So that ain't gonna happen. You would have to take it all the way to Fort Worth to his neck of the woods when he's doing something for the kids and corner him with some hard-hitting facts and statistics about his city on top of how he's negatively affected whatever and whomever and whichever. That's how you do that. And you use his jail record, you use what other police officers had to say against him, and basically turn it on him to make it look like a villain to those kids, and then make him explain to those kids why he morally failed them. $2 million worth of game. The third one, I ain't gonna hold you. This ain't gonna happen, but it's the most obvious one. Crash out. Crash the F out. Crash out. Set that man up a nice little venue somewhere in the city that he goes to a lot of. Book him to whatever the hell and all that and everything, and get them to sell tickets and pop out and beat his ass. Because the boxing match, you're not going to do it. Gillie will beat the dog mess out of Charleston White. So that ain't going to work. So basically, you'd have to beat him up physically and then handle what happens after that. Because Charleston White, for surely, he'll talk about all them guns and all that crap and everything. Man, listen, let me tell y'all something. Any of these cats that got weapons and all this and everything, you still got to get to it. So go for the weapon first with one hand and start punching with the other ones. Realistically, I say a thumb to the eye. That's just how I fight. I'm a dirty tactician. That's why I warn a lot of y'all. I don't fight fair. Ain't no such thing. But back to it. You do one of those three things. You do the interview, you do the apology, or you do the meetup. Or you do the obvious thing, the fourth one, and nobody's going to like this. Ignore it. Act like you ain't see it. Act like you ain't see it. He'll find a new target by the end of the week. He'll bring your name up for 2 interviews for sure and try to get at your son and do all of these things and everything like that and all that. And you can show resilience because true power is in your ability not to do things. It's not in force. It's in your ability not to do anything. So there you go. I just gave you $4 million worth of game, but the choice is yours. Charleston White ain't going nowhere for a while. You know why? Because there are people who would absolutely behave like he would. 100%. The rappers are one of them. All that smoking on dead ops. You remember what FBG Duck said? Yeah, your homie dead. Yeah, all of those type of people, they hate Charleston White, but they love to watch him. He's entertaining for the disgust because he's captivated the disrespect from the quote-unquote YNs and took it to the old cats because Charleston White reminds a lot of people of that drunk uncle that's sitting up there as a wino and pissing people off, but you ain't gonna whoop him because he's your uncle. He won't harm a fly. Charleston White is harmless. It's when you give him power, that's where he becomes a threat. And Gillie, by you even saying something about him, was stupid. It was. I always tell people this stuff. I'm not punching down. I may state law years and years and everything like that, and only a small percentile of people will pick it up. But if you ain't got the views, if you ain't got the subscribers, hell, if you ain't got the streets, I'm not responding to you. I don't care who you is. You're going to have to be bigger than me. And that's what Gillie should have done. But he couldn't. Because when you ranting and you raving, sometimes some things that's in your heart really come out. But y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one, man. What is his son's name? Cheese. Rest in peace to Cheese, man. Allegedly, the kid who killed his son is dead. It's just a vicious cycle that repeats itself. And rest in peace to that young man. If y'all remember his name, type it in the chat for me. I forget because I ain't gonna lie. The one in front of the gun is the one that lives forever. It's rarely the shooter. But maybe he didn't do it. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this one. Did Seti Nash get it right or did he get it wrong? And click right here so you can keep up on all the videos. We got a video that's damn near trending right now about this Mo 3 situation because Trap Boy Freddy, he got to come through for a deposition. He already on federal parole, which means he ain't going nowhere. He gonna have to. They're gonna give him forced immunity. But I break it down so eloquently like we do. Hood lawyer, visionaries. I'm gone. I'll catch you on a couple of hours.